a weapon with over 1200 attack power, with a theoretical limit of over 1300. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the most insane weapon I've been able to create so far in Tears of the Kingdom. Now, I know it looks like we're using a lynel bow, but in reality, we have transferred the 5-shot bonus from a lynel bow to a more powerful Royal Guards bow. This is giving us a base damage of 50 rather than 32, with an added 5-shot bonus to it. And then we're going to be doing a couple of other things to be able to unlock the full potential of any bow in the game. Now, to get the maximum damage bow, we will be using a glitch to transfer over the 5-shot bonus to a more powerful weapon, and this works as of patch 1.1 and 1.11. I know while I was recording this that patch 1.2 came out, and I believe that this glitch transfer does no longer work, but I will be covering a new duplication glitch that we can use towards the end of the video. And without using any glitches, the maximum damage that you can get on a bow currently is around 972, which is still incredibly high and more than enough to kill anything in the game. And for a PSA for anybody who enjoys duplicating in Tears of the Kingdom, do not upgrade to the 1.1.2 update, because it does fix every glitch except for one that we will be showing, and everything in this video will work for anybody currently on the 1.1.1 or lower version of Tears of the Kingdom. So what we're going to be doing is acquiring a Savage Lynel bow and upgrading it to a 5-shot burst. There are no glitches required for this, and the maximum damage output for this weapon is just shy of 1000 attack power if you use everything else, which is either the Radiant armor set upgraded to level 2 or the Evil armor set if you completed all of the mazes. And then we're also going to be using a Mighty Simmered Fruit for an attack up tier 3 bonus. The reason we want to use this armor set is because we get a set bonus called Bone Weapon Proficiency, which means when we use our bow, we're going to be using these Gibdo bones to be able to add considerable amount of attack power to our weapon. Now, where things get really crazy and where we need a glitch is if we want to transfer this 5-shot burst over to an even more powerful bow like the Royal Guards bow, giving us a 50 base damage with a 5-shot burst on it. This is the part that might not work in the 1.1.2 update. Feel free to leave some comments down below if the glitch in fact does not work on that update, but everything before that should 100% work. The first thing we're going to want to do is launch out Lookout Landing Skyview Tower and head towards Hyrule Castle. We want to aim for this area right here to go to the throne room. Once you land, head straight back to the throne area. If you've watched my videos on how to get OPs super quick early in the game, you probably know where we're going. We're going to head up these stairs to the throne room area. And then from here, we're just going to head up these stairs and we're going to head towards the left side of this. We can climb right up this ledge. If you're in need of some arrows, there's some arrows sitting right here. And on the other side of this is a Royal Guards bow. Now, if you also need a Royal Guards Claymore, there is one on the other side right here. A lot of people still are asking me where to get these, and you're going to be getting them a lot in Hyrule Castle. Then from here, we can just kind of hop down this area. We can go to the right side of this room, and we're going to run straight out this way. We're just going to ignore these bokoblins on the left, and we're going to jump down right here and fall down through this hole. And then we're going to jump down this hole as well. And then up on this ledge right here is going to be another Royal Guards bow, just in case you need another one. Now we want to get a Savage Lynel bow, which means we need to kill a White Lynel. The one we're going for right now is just east of Central Hyrule, and you can fast travel to the shrine here next to Zora's Domain, and then this White Lynel roams this area right here. And yeah, I died here doing some testing, okay? Don't make fun of me. Sometimes crazy things happen, okay? Now, I don't know what your favorite Lynel killing method is, but my favorite way is to just use a rocket shield to be able to jump up above them and just completely ruin their lives. We're gonna drop down kind of right in front of this guy. Gonna shoot him in the face once. We're actually using the bone build that I covered in a previous video to actually just mount this guy one time, slap him 6 times on the back and kill him like that, but whatever floats your boat, you know? You just gotta kill one. Maybe we'll get lucky and actually get a 5-shot Savage Lynel bow from this. There's actually a trick you can do is where you let the Lynel shoot you and you can tell what kind of bow they have by how many arrows come out of it. And we did get a 3-shot bow. What you can do is you can actually save scum this until you see them shoot 5 arrows, and you won't have to do the next step. Completely up to you. Regardless, we're going to be save scumming one way or another. Now we got to move to the Octoroks. We're going to head to Goron City, and we're going to go to this location right here. I highly recommend once you get here, there's an octorok right on the other side, and what we're going to do is we're going to save a new save game right here. Once that's done, if you've never used these octoroks before, they both repair your weapons and provide you with stat upgrades on your weapons as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our bow. We're going to take one of our Savage Lynel bows. We're going to drop this bad boy on the ground. We're going to pull out our shield, and we're going to hope that this thing squirts out a Savage Lynel bow with 5 arrow shot on it. Let's see what we got. What do we got? We got a Savage Lynel bow that got attack up 3. That's not what we were looking for. Since we didn't get what we wanted, we're just going to reload that save that we made, and we're going to try that again, and hopefully this time it actually works. Good old durability up. I'm not going to lie, depending on your luck, this could take 3 minutes or forever. But eventually this is what you want to get, the 5-shot burst. So now we have a Savage Lynel bow with 32 damage that does 5 shots. If you don't want to save scum just one of these octoroks, here's a couple different locations for these octoroks that you can try and just use the same bow, and it should cycle through different types of bonuses, and this might help. Now for the easy part, we're going to head to any Skyview tower. We're going to open up our inventory. We're going to head to our weapons, make sure we don't have anything else equipped on our back. And then we're going to equip the Royal Guard's bow. From here, we're going to exit the inventory, run to the very back wall of this. We're going to turn around and we're going to head to this little loop right here. We want to make sure we're standing like right about here on the line. And then we're going to open up our inventory. We're going to drop 2 of our weapons. I'm going to drop just 2 swords. Then we're going to go to our bows and we're going to equip the Savage Lynel bow with the 5-shot burst. We're then going to drop this Savage Lynel bow, re-equip our Royal Guard's bow, and then we need to hit ++ or B+ as quick as possible. Many of you know this from previous glitches. And then we are going to drop our Royal Guard's bow. We're going to exit the menu with B, and if you do it quick enough, you should be able to pick up all of your weapons, and there should be a Savage Lynel bow on the ground. When we go back into our inventory, we're going to see that we now have a Royal Guard's bow with a 5-shot burst. I'm not going to lie, this is going to take a few tries for you to get used to, but now we have a 50 damage bow that has a 5-shot burst on it, which is redonkulous. What's really interesting about this is when you have it equipped, it looks like in your inventory like a Royal Guard's bow, but on your back, it looks like a Savage Lynel bow. Now to verify that we are getting a damage increase with this, here's the Savage Lynel bow with the 5-shot burst. And then here is the Royal Guard's bow with the 5-shot burst and the 50 damage, which is considerably more. And then here's both side by side so you can see the difference. Now that we've got this, we're going to save our game real quick because we want to now duplicate this bow so we can have a bunch of them. I've already duplicated this bow as a test, but what we need to do is go into our inventory and make sure we have the Royal Guard's bow equipped. We're then going to walk to the back of a Skyview tower, and we're going to turn around right at the end. You're then going to tap the right trigger to pull out your bow, and then you're going to hold the left button to open up this menu, and you're going to point towards the map. You're then going to let go of the right stick, so that way you're not pointing at it anymore. And then you're going to start spamming right on the D-pad as quick as possible. And while you're doing this, you're going to let go of the left bumper, so that way you see this flashing menu like this, and then you're going to hold right on the D-pad. Now from here, we need to drop this bow, but we also need to not leave this menu. So what we need to do is we need to hit X while also smashing right on the D-pad the second we hit that X button. So we're going to hit X and we're going to continuously hit the right D-pad button. And you should see the menu flash just like this, and you're going to hold the right button again. And then from here, we just need to select a bow that we want to equip. And we're going to let go of the right button and hit the start menu at the same time to get into our inventory. So it should look something like that. And then we're going to drop our Savage Lynel bow. And then we can exit that menu, and you're going to realize that we now have a Savage Lynel bow with our Royal Guard's bow fused on top of it, which is super weird. We can then open up our inventory. We're going to drop that Savage Lynel bow, and we'll see 2 bows drop. So we got the Royal Guard's bow and the Savage Lynel bow. We're going to pick up both of those, and now you have duplicated your 5-shot Royal Guard's bow. Now let's cover the only glitch that I'm aware of that still works in the 1.1.2 update for duplicating weapons. For this duplication glitch, we're going to have to head towards Goron, and we're going to be using the octoroks that we've talked about many times for upgrading our weapons. Once you find an octorok, stand in front of it and make a new save game. And then what we need to do is find the weapon that we want and drop it on the ground. Go ahead and prepare your recall, and what we need to do is let the octorok suck this in and then activate recall before it gets the item into its mouth. If you fail at this, reload the save that we made. This is definitely going to take a few attempts to get used to, But essentially, we need to activate recall on the item before it disappears into the octorok's mouth. Once you get this right, the bow should be relatively close to the octorok, and you'll be able to freeze it in time with recall. You'll still see the octorok do the chewing motion, and you'll also hear the chewing while your bow is still in recall. What you need to do is then run up to your bow as quick as possible, pick it up before the octorok spits out your new weapon that's inside of it. This will then give you one of the bows in your inventory and one of the bows that you can pick up on the ground, and you have now successfully duplicated your bow. Or any weapon. I'm not gonna lie, this one's gonna be a pain in the butt. Once you get used to the timing, it's not so bad, and you'll be able to duplicate the weapons pretty quick, but the unfortunate thing about this is you can only do it once per octorok, per blood moon, which means you can only do it about 10 times before you're gonna have to wait until the next blood moon for you to do it again. So now, depending on what version you're in, you can either have a bunch of Savage Lynel bows with a 5-shot burst and maximum damage, or if you're still on a lower game version than 1.1.2, you can have a bunch of Royal Guard bows with that 5-shot burst. But I do hope you all enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next one.